Hello and welcome to another video. So Christmas has come early for the Emperor's Children players. We now have our Grotmas detachment. All of the leaks have been legit, so it'll probably be Space Wolves tomorrow. Let's jump in and see if it's any good. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button and help me get to 5,000 subscribers. So the Emperor's Children have a new detachment, Court of the Phoenician. It's interesting. There's no points for the enhancements, or at least I can't find them anywhere. According to Goonhammer, one of the main ones that we're going to be talking about is about 15 points. But the detachment rule is basically as follows. So units from your army have the following ability. Each time this unit is selected to fight, if this unit made a charge move this turn, it can use this ability. If it does so, until the end of the phase, this unit cannot target a unit that was within engagement range at the start of the turn. That's self-explanatory if you're charging. This unit cannot target a unit that was the target of another unit's charge or attack this phase. This kind of builds into the army rule. Unless you're advancing and not charging the same unit, basically just moving normally and then double charging a unit, it kind of is going to sort of stop you from doing that. But the main part of the rule is improve the strength and armor penetration characteristics of this unit's melee weapons by 1, which is really good. That means it's going to be pumping up Flawless Blades to AP 4. Obviously, with the Demon Prince on foot running alongside them, you're going to get that up to AP 5 on the charge, which is pretty spicy. One of the things that this army definitely struggles with is any AP 2 or Armor 2 units that have high toughness, especially tanks and knights. Most of the units are going to have an invulnerable save anyway, so you're going to be pushing it onto that, so it's not really going to be a biggie. But being able to just actually wade into things and not allow them to have an armor save is really, really, really good. Other marine units, Custodes, they're always going to get it, but tanks mainly. And your Flawless Blades can essentially, with this rule, actually go and do some tank hunting using their Demonic Patron rule of always critting on a 3+ to wound, which is quite nice. Now, there's also Master of the Pageant, so this is all about Fulgrim. So once per round, when you target Fulgrim from your army, if you use the Sinus Breach and the Prideful Superiority stratagems, you get to reduce the CP cost by 1, which is good. Now, the enhancements that we have is the Tears of the Phoenix, so models only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack, you can ignore any modifiers to the attack's weapon skill characteristic or any modifiers to the hit and a wound roll, which is kind of cool. There are quite a lot of -1 hits and -1 to wound rules in the game, so that'd be quite nice. I'm not too sure on the points because they haven't added the points into the article, unfortunately. Now, the main one that probably a lot of people are going to run, especially if you're a big fan of Flawless Blades, is the Exalted Patron. So the Lord Exultant model adds 1 to its movement characteristic of the bearer, which brings it up to 8 inches, I believe. And in the declared battle formation step, the bearer can join Flawless Blade units, which is probably the big part about this entire detachment. Flawless Blades right now are an interesting unit because they are our big hitting unit. In close combat, they have that really good rule of critting on 3+. They could only be joined by Lucius the Eternal, and Lucius loses quite a lot of his abilities and doesn't really give the Flawless Blades anything. So you kind of want Lucius to run around the table on his own. So having the ability to put in at least a Lord Exultant with them makes a unit of 6 Flawless Blades and the Lord Exultant pretty spicy. So yeah, that's definitely something I'd be interested in running. And then you've got the Soul Strain Made Manifest, so an Emperor's Children model only. And at the end of the fight phase, you can select 1 enemy unit within your engagement range of the bearer, and that unit must take a Battle Shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. Battle Shock sucks. It's a really stupid rule. They removed morale and all of that mechanics from Age of Sigmar. They should just do it to 40k, because no matter what they do with it, they can't seem to get it to work. Or actually be significant. And most people generally forget to roll Battle Shock tests because, yeah, it's just crap. And then Spirit Silver is an Emperor's Children Demon Prince, so add 1 to the strength and attack characteristics of the bearer's winged weapons, which is pretty good. Obviously, you're probably going to see, again, winged Demon Princes flying around with this, and the Exalted Patron is probably definitely going to be used. I believe that one is 15 points, the others I'm not too sure on. Now, we do have a bunch of stratagems, so we've got the first one, Contemptuous Disregard, so you pick a unit in your shooting phase, and until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the toughness, you -1. It's basically the Emperor's Children version of Armor of Contempt, which is not too bad, and it's also kind of the same rule that the Deathwing and the Wolfguard Terminators have, that if basically the higher the strength, higher than your toughness, you're -1 damage. Well, this is -1 to the wound roll, which is pretty good as well. So, Spiteful Superiority is 2 CP. This is the rule that you're going to be using with the Fulgrim. If you target it, you get -1 CP to it. 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army that has been selected in this fight phase until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a character, you get to reroll hits and wounds, which is really good. That actually is going to be quite nice to maybe, on Fulgrim himself. Maybe he might actually be able to kill another Primarch. I don't think he'll kill Matorian. Angron will probably rinse him afterwards if he doesn't kill him. And I'm pretty sure Gilliman and the Lion will also put him on his ass as well. Fulgrim really needs a proper glow up. He's not that great. And then you got Sinus Breach. So at the end of your movement phase or your charge phase, 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army has been selected to move or charge. Until the end of the phase, each time you use a normal advance or charge move, it can move horizontally through terrain. That's kind of cool. Yep, probably gives you a few more options. Now, according to the rule, you're going to get -1 CP on that if you use that on Fulgrim. So that would probably reduce it down to 0 CP. Maybe that might need an FAQ just to clear that up, because it doesn't say in the rule if that's the case. But obviously we do have rules in the game that can make CPs be run on 0 CP. So as rules are written, that's how that works. Then you have Close Quarters Executions. This one I really like. So in your shooting phase, you pick an Emperor's Children unit. It's going to be a Noise Marine unit. And until the end of the phase, each time an Emperor's Children model in your army makes an attack that targets an eligible unit within 12 inches, improve the strength and armor characteristics by 1. Really good. +1 strength, +1 armor pen on your Noise Marines is going to be really nice. Strength 6 Sonic Blasters. Your Blast Masters are going to be smashing. Yeah, it's really, really good. Then Euphoric Inspiration. So on your charge phase, you pick an Emperor's Children Demon unit from your army. So it's not just the Demon Princes, it's also going to work on your actual normal demons if you are running them. So even your greater demons of Slaanesh as well. Until the end of the phase, you can re-roll the charge roll for friendly Emperor's Children units within 6 inches of that unit. That is really good. With this detachment, I'd definitely be interested in running a unit of Flawless Blades. 6 of them with the Lord Exultant, and a Demon Prince on foot running alongside them, giving them the little buffs. So not only is he going to be giving them the +1 AP, as well for all time, so you're going to get it on the charge, as well as fighting after they've charged, which makes them like AP 4 all the time, which is really good. This is also going to allow them to reroll the charge rolls, which is amazing. I don't know how many times I have failed charges that would have resulted them absolutely mangling everything that they would have got into combat with, and not being able to re-roll that, and it's just been really sad. But this will allow it for 1 CP. And then you've got Catalyst Stimulus, so your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot. 1 enemy Emperor's Children unit can basically make a surge move. So it's a bit like the Zerkers for the World Eaters. You get shot, you run forward, D6 inches, which is kind of nice. So that is the detachment. Is this going to fix the army? Well, it might give people options to actually run something other than the 1 detachment and the 1 army build that everyone's taking to tournaments, which is basically your Infractors, your Demon Princes, Lucius running around, and your Noise Marines, and that's it. It might actually give people a little bit more variety. The army definitely needs a second wave, and hopefully early in 11th edition we will get that, because the army is, really lacking options. GW could easily fix Emperor's Children variety in list building by literally just FAQing the ability for us to take Predators, Vindicators, and Hellbrutes. Those 3 units alone would give you your army the tools that every other Chaos Space Marine army has, and you would actually have more than just an infantry army, and it would be kind of nice. I would love some Hellbrutes in my army. You know, it's weird having a Space Marine army without Dreadnoughts. And it's pretty weird that we haven't got them, like, at all. And it wouldn't be a hard thing for GW to fix. I mean, just literally give the tanks precision. There you go. Precision's a big thing for the whole army. Just give it precision, and that would kind of sort it. It's a no-brainer, and I don't understand why they haven't done it yet. Hopefully, the balance slate that we're going to get this week, we might actually see some decent changes. I would suspect that it will probably drop on Thursday. The Space Wolves detachment will definitely be tomorrow, and then we'll probably get the balance update on Thursday at some point, and then that'll be another Grotmas calendar as well. I don't think the balance slate is going to be a part of the Grotmas calendar. If it is, it even makes the Grotmas calendar even worse than it already has been. But this past 6 days with these new detachments have been quite good. And hopefully we can actually start getting some other things for the likes of Old World, Age of Sigmar, and the Horus Heresy. Definitely going to get the Traitor Legions painting guides for the Horus Heresy, because they've already done the Loyalist. So that's going to be a guaranteed Grotmas Day. And then on Christmas Day, we will get the big reveal of the big model. My money is on Lehman Russ. There's a lot circulating around the potential of Russ coming back. But it could very well easily be something as silly as Huron Blackheart for the Red Corsairs. But we will see in a few weeks' time. But that's the video. If you are liking what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button and help me get to 5,000 subscribers. As soon as I do, I'm going to be doing a big giveaway. There'll be more information on that very soon. And like, share, check out my members and Patreon areas and get me a brew. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll be back tomorrow for the Space Marine and Space Wolf detachment.